Hey guys, what's up and welcome to my channel. My name is Chris and today we are going to be using the Smith & Wesson SW-MP6. We are going to see what we got here from Capri Tools. So let's check it out and we will find out. All right, looks like we got a bunch of new tools. Specifically, we got the 1/2-inch drive Flex-Head Ratchet. We got the 1/4-inch flex, as well as a 3/8-inch drive fixed head. And then we have the 3/8-inch drive flex head as well. So guys, stick around so we can tell you all the details on these SmartKrome premium flex head ratchets, as well as the one fixed head ratchet here. These are all 72 tooth ratcheting mechanisms. The interesting thing, I've never seen a design quite like this on the internal holding mechanism. So they actually have basically that snap ring is expanded. It helps hold that back plate in there really, really nicely. And I thought that was a really good idea. It still allows for you to use a rather thin back plate, but still retain a lot of strength in there. And these actually have very little anvil wiggle. And that was really, really nice to see on these ratchets here. And these are, what I would say a premium valued ratchet that's got really good chrome on it and comes in at a really good price. To me, this feels like an upgrade to something else out there. For instance, like I said, these Duralast ratchets. These were good ratchets. These Capri ratchets, there's another guy, Bearded CB 82. I'll have a link in the description as well as up above here in the cards to his channel. He uses these on a regular basis every day as a diesel mechanic, and he has not had any problems with the Capri Tools. So based on some of the experiences he's had with them, I think the Capri Tools is definitely a brand that you should check out, because not everybody wants to make payments on their tools. Not everybody needs to make payments on their tools. They need to be choosing a brand of tools that works well for them. And the one thing that I could say about the Capri Tools is a lot of their styling, they may look similar to a snap-on type tool here. So you can see these two side by side. This is the older F936 series. It's basically got the screws in the head, so that is making it much more serviceable. And Capri does also have rebuild kits for their ratchets. And the one thing, again, I really do like their selector switch styles. I like that all metal selector switch much better than something like that. Just my personal preference. Now, again, looking at these flex head ratchets, I gotta say, selector switch on the Capri Tools, this is an all metal selector switch. And it's very, very nice where it sits flush on the ratchet. So over time, depending on how much you use it, it will show a little wear through here, where I'm sure the Icon one would never do that. But then this also has that magnesium on there that's gonna wear, scratch, dent. This will actually tarnish a little bit depending on how much you use it. But I really do like that. That feels a lot more premium to me. They got pretty much a longer handle, where like the 1/2-inch drive is coming in at 17.5 inches. The 3/8-inch drive is coming in at 11.75. And then the 1/4-inch is coming in at 6.25 inches. And these have that 180-degree swivel. There's no detents in there. There's no locking mechanism. Some people really like that, some people don't. It does remind me of the tools I used with my dad, the Craftsman type tools and things of that nature, but these Capri Tools are a way step up. And the way Craftsman is today, this would have been a really good slide into what Craftsman could have done and offered a really high premium ratchet at a great value. And I think that's what these Capri Tools do. And that's pretty much why I would recommend these. These tools, the internals, when you look at them, they remind me a lot of an upgraded Craftsman ratchet in all the right ways and have a way better fit and finish, as well as a feel, and just, a really decent, well-rounded ratchet. And again, a lot of the styling on these seems to be taken from similar manufacturing. OEM Tools was kind of a great neck, as well as that Duralast. And they do look very, very similar, so they're probably around the same manufacturers. And I've had really, really good luck with both that Duralast and OEM Tools. As well as, again, Autobahn Dan, he has a video out. He did a first look on these, and again, he did a great job looking at these ratchets. The one thing I want to see is how these test out for strength. So we are going to put these on the digital torque meter, and one thing that my dad always recommended to me is you need to know the limits of your tools, as well as know the thresholds that they're in. So when we look at these, we are going to say that the 1/4 inch, you should be doing no more than 40 to 50 foot-pounds. So we're going to make sure that that one achieves that, as well as when you're working with 3/8 inch drive, especially something like this, that you shouldn't be putting on anywhere over 150 foot-pounds, 185 foot-pounds max. And then, on your 1/2 inch drive, that thing should be able to do well over 250 foot-pounds, maybe 325 to 400. But we're going to see how these work, see if we can still make sure that the flex head on these stay rather tight. That's always important. That 1/2 inch drive is a little bit heavier, so that is going to have a little bit of wiggle in it. But let's go take a look and see how these ratchets perform. All right, so we've got our extension put on there. We got the 1/4 inch drive Capri Tools Flex-Head Ratchet. So we're going to go ahead and see what we can do on that one. Got our 49.2 foot-pounds. We'll go the other way here. 41 foot-pounds, still sounding pretty good. 44 foot-pounds. And everything is still working nicely. We don't have too much slop in there. Still wiggles just like it should. And that Capri should hold up pretty nicely. Now we have the fixed head Capri Tools. This is the shorter ratchet. Got 78 foot-pounds on there. We'll go ahead and throw a pipe on there, see what we can do since this one's a little shorter. Since this is shorter of the ratchets, we definitely don't need to put too much strain on this. We're going to save some of these for a better torture test when we can compare these to a bunch of other ratchets. These are all looking, still sounding nice. We'll open them up in a little bit and take a look at them. Now we have the long flex head ratchet. Everything's still sounding really nice on there. Exactly what we want to hear. So here we have that 17.5 inch long Capri Tools Flex. And we'll see what we can do on this one. Definitely take that up in a hurry. And try this in the opposite direction. Yeah, that still sounds very, very nice. And the interesting thing about this is, we don't even need a socket on there. Not quite sure what I was thinking. We can go ahead and just put this right in there. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we can do on this 1/2 inch drive. Sounds very, very nice. So overall, just as loose as before, if not slightly looser. So we'll have to see if we can tighten that up or how. This is for a tension mechanism in there. My guess is it's going to be the tension washer instead of a tension ring, but we will find out. The tension mechanism that they have in these ratchets. So I can tell you the 1/2-inch drive one, that one's pretty interesting. Never seen a design like that before, but they do come with blue Loctite. But check this out. Right here, look at this. These don't use a tension ring or a washer. They use a spring in there. And that's pretty nice because then you can just expand that out. So that one as well, use blue Loctite. Again, that blue Loctite is really good so that you can start out and figure out what you want these for, the right tension, and then go ahead and use some red Loctite once you have that figured out. So again, there, that one is that spring as well. And I wish other manufacturers would use something just like that for the tension mechanism because it just gives you more flexibility over time. Now let's go look at some other parts of this ratchet. So we'll go ahead and open these up here. We can have a look at the internals. Now the 1/4 inch is a little bit smaller for the holes that you put your snap ring pliers in, so I had to use a little different size one. So there we go, there we can see that bat wing pawl in there. They come nicely greased. Yeah, that one was nicely greased too. As well as that one is nicely greased too. So now you have to be careful with this style because there is a detent ball in there. So if you were to pull out the pawl, you would have to worry about losing that detent ball in there. Now we can take a look here at the gear and see that we have no stress, as well as you can see some of the lubrication that they use in there. So that's looking pretty nice. 1/2-inch drive. This is the one that we put the most amount of force on. You can look at, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teeth. So you have 5 teeth of engagement on there, as well as here is the anvil. And it doesn't look like we have any issues on there, so that's good. And I would hope that we wouldn't have any. And there is the pawl inside there. See all that lubrication inside there? Should be good to button that back up together. And there is that 1/4 inch. Again, it's got that batwing pawl, so I like to put that right in the center. Then you should be able to pull that out. You can see again another well lubricated gear. Everything internally looks fine. So here we have the fixed head, and that is a T10 Torx bit driver. So we'll go ahead and open that up here. There you can see again we have another well lubricated tool, as well as we have no issues on that pawl. Again, that's that batwing style pawl. All right, so we'll go ahead and put that back together. So guys, that was the quick tour of the Capri Tools. Really appreciate you tuning in. To me, these ratchets are what craftsmen should have upgraded their tools to such a long time ago. They would have sold really, really well. And it's just unfortunate to see what has become of that brand, but it gives opportunities like Capri Tools to sell a great product at a great price. That if you haven't heard of them or checked them out, make sure you are checking out the CapriTools.com website, as they got a promotion going on through the end of October 2019, where if you were to purchase something like this 3-piece flex head set, you could get these for about $85 with free shipping, and that is a pretty stellar deal. And the mechanism inside these Capri tools, like I mentioned before, it's that good old tried and true batwing pawl, and I really do like that one. It brings back a lot of memories from when I worked on things with my father and all of the Craftsman tools that I have since retired. But man, it's just a shame what happened to that brand. But again, that has not happened to Capri Tools. They are doing fantastic, and they have a very premium value-minded ratchet here that anybody new that's starting out or looking for tools that are needing to fill a second shop, a service truck, or anything of that nature. Really, really nice quality tools at that value price. Appreciate you tuning in. If you're not already a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And as always, work smarter, not harder, and I'll catch you in the next video.